What's up everyone and welcome to Platinum Games' newest game, Astral Chain. If you don't know Platinum Games, then allow me to introduce you to some of their other well-known titles such as Bayonetta,
Controllers of the Light, the Clans,
Metal Gear Rising, and Vanquish. My point is, Platinum Games is good at what they do and they aren't strangers to games with insanely addicting combat that is complemented with a great story. You play as one of two characters who have been promoted to the Department of Neuron due to a catastrophic event causing gates to open around the Ark. The Ark is a man-made city that humans had to retreat to as a last resort. First time I ever heard of an Ark, The Rock shows up, shoots down all hope for a good Doom movie. It is your job to investigate the Chimera activity and eliminate them before the world and theirs collide and rain destruction down upon all and wipe the humans off the face of the planet. First is gameplay. Before I start this, go into your settings and make sure you have fixed combat camera turned on. You don't want to worry about janky cameras and a hack and slash. It's no fun, makes life a lot more difficult. Remember, settings make your life easier, not harder. Now where was I? Oh yeah. Astral Chain has a unique combat system that makes the players think in a different manner of how to take your opponents down. You'll have a chimera of your own in this game called a Legion. Throughout your time you'll have different legions to pick from who all have different set of skills and combos. The legions are attached to you by an astral chain so you can control its every move. The game allows you to utilize the legion and the chain to give you an upper hand in combat. There are enough combos with the chain alone, but with the legion on the end of that chain complementing every attack, it changes up the hack and slash genre you've come to know and love. If you aren't controlling the Legion's full movements, then it will attack whichever enemy you tell it to, and at that point the Legion goes balls to the wall as if its favorite metal song just came on and it was starting to pit. Now you also don't need to use a Legion at all. You can fight enemies using your melee attack or your ranged weapon attack. Melee attacks are performed with an X-Baton. This X-Baton is mean. Upgrade that bad boy, turn it into a sword, and you'll become a dangerous foe for the chimeras trying to kill you. The combat is fluent and you wouldn't expect anything less from Platinum Games. Although sometimes fighting some of these bosses, it's going to feel like you're playing Mortal Kombat against a player who only does uppercuts. It's frustrating. The dodge mechanic is a great way to avoid the frustration. Dodge just at the right time and it'll slow down time for a few seconds and you can land a few counterattacks to deal some hefty damage. Now Platinum Games is good about adding new features to games and Astral Chain is no exception. You're still a police officer, so to say. This means you're going to be doing normal police duties such as breaking up fights, finding criminals, and helping civilians with small problems, but you'll also be doing detective work with a tool called the Iris. This allows you to examine crime scenes in depth. You'll see reconstructed holograms that recreate the incident and see how the civilians reacted to the incident. Your Legion will also eavesdrop on conversations and then also track down the target. You will talk to local civilians to see if they saw anything out of the ordinary, as well as sometimes take a quiz. Yeah, this one took me a while. Through the investigations, you will gather keywords. Once you're done looking around, you meet up with your partner and they will ask you questions and you choose which keyword best fits. And the more you get right, the more XP you get. So I hope you paid attention to your clues.
This doesn't pertain to the case.
Astral Chain is a big game that keeps your attention by doing more than hacking up some bad guys here and there, and that's a good thing to keep the audience interested in the game. It allows you to feel a part of the world, and it also adds more to the hero gig rather than just smashing up some bad guys and calling it a day. Everything I mentioned so far is all combined into one visually stunning world. The world has an art style close to that of Gravity Rush, but not so intensely cel-shaded, just a touch. From urban cities to the astral plane, the game's art alone makes you want to push forward to get to the next level just to see how it's all designed. Another thing too is since you're a police officer, you can't break the law. It's another look at how detailed they wanted this game to be designed. For example, there's no jaywalking in urban areas. When you try, you'll be stopped by a holographic no crossing banner until it's your turn to walk across the street. This game's art style and overall design are no doubt one of my favorites. Character design is an all-around instant catch of the eye, and this shouldn't come to any surprise because look at the dev's background. They know how to make good characters. And with that, every character is unique and it shows, some being more unforgettable than others.
This is the restroom. It's for I wonder if she wants to experiment on me. Look, I'm a Labrador, not a lab rat.
Some characters only care about making the HQ feel better, and they'll send you on missions to get rid of the office gloom, while some of the other characters just want to train all day and then spar you so they feel stronger. You'll be able to customize your character however you want. You unlock more clothing items and color schemes in missions and through completing orders that can be checked in your HUD. This also goes for your Legion. You can customize each of your Legion's color schemes. In the color schemes, you can customize the 3 colors that are specific to the palette that you unlocked. You can also clean your Legion. For the enemies, they did an outstanding job making them look otherworldly. They come from the astral plane. Sounds nasty, so what did they do? Made them look nasty and bad as ever. These enemies look intimidating to say the least. And all this is supported by an outstanding soundtrack that at one moment will play poppy detective music, and at the next it's going to play a guitar riff that makes you feel like you're in One Punch Man and nobody can stop you. Let's imagine for a minute that this game had no combat and we just walked around a city and solved cases. This game would still be worth it for the art alone. Now we're adding back the combat and this game is more than worth it. I experienced no bugs in this game. Maybe some cheeseball lines, but no bugs.
Look, if I've never changed your diapers, you don't get to call me Dad.
This was the Platinum Games experience I've had every time I played one of their titles, and now they release an exclusive for one of the greatest systems I've ever owned. This game is worth $60. To have a grand adventure like I did playing through this game, $60 gave me more than an experience I will continue to talk about. Platinum Games, you guys rock, Nintendo rocks, and thank you guys for your support.
See the Chimera? Their corrosion levels are super high. Is that why they can see it?